Macaroni and cheese, or in this case, cheeseburger macaroni and cheese. Or to be even more correct, smoky, savory, smoked cheeses and smoked hamburger, macaroni and cheese. Oh yeah. Macaroni and cheese. Seems rather tame for Smokey Dave, but look more closely. This isn't your mama's mac and cheese. In front of me, I have the main ingredients of our Smokey Cheeseburger mac and cheese. I have some yellow Cabot, extra sharp cheddar cheese to give us that yellow color we expect, plus some Kerrygold Dublinaire cheese that has a nuttier cheddar flavor. We will be using a quarter of each of these cheese blocks. That's about a half a pound each. Also, and almost out of camera frame, is a pack of regular beef hot dogs. Hot dogs don't typically have a real smoky flavor, even though they may say they're smoked. But we're going to cold smoke these, and they should be pretty good. And finally, we have the hamburger that we're also going to be smoking. We'll only use about a quarter of what is shown here, and that's about a pound. Well, I don't know about you, but I think it's time to cut the cheese. Feels good, doesn't it?
You know it does.
All right, so heading out to the smoker. We're gonna go ahead and fill this with apple wood, the apple wood I chipped up from my old apple tree. I placed the hot dogs, the hamburger, and the cheese into the smoker. Now it's about 65 degrees out today, which is about as warm as you would ever want to run this cold smoker, especially with meats. So I'm gonna have to reinstall the air conditioner that goes underneath. For those of you who don't know, if you look at some of my earlier videos where I show how I constructed the cold smoker, you can see how I use an air conditioner and a box that surrounds it in order to keep the items inside cold.
Hello folks, Smokey Dave here. Some of you have been asking, Smokey Dave, how can I get some of your delicious smoked cheese? Well, currently, there's a lot of regulations I have to jump through in order for that to happen. A lot of purchases I need to make, and it's going to take some time before I can sell my cheese through regular channels. However, if you come to me and purchase from me a block of cheese like this for, I don't know, twice what it cost me, and then turn around and say, Smokey Dave, as a neighbor and friend, would you smoke this cheese for me? I'd say yes. I'll smoke it, I'll brine it, I'll package it, and give it back to you for free. That's the only way we can do it right now. However, you can go online and get this great shirt. You can fascinate a woman with a piece of cheese, and other great shirts that I'm selling, such as, if you're gonna cut the cheese, just make sure it's Smokey Dave's. I just wanted to say I appreciate each and every one of you, and if you're new to the channel, please think about subscribing, hitting the notification bell, and leaving a comment down below. I read every comment. And until next time, don't forget, it's no joke. Everything's better with smoke.
So the 2-hour cold smoking process has completed. And now we need to vacuum pack our cheese, hot dogs, and hamburger so that the smoke will fully penetrate. We're going to want to leave these, about 3 days at least. Oh, you wanted the mac and cheese tonight? Ooh. Anyway, so after about 3 days, then we can use the cheese and we're going to shred it all up because that's the easiest way to get it to melt. So let's use our time machine and go 3 days in the future. It's 3 days in the future, which is still your past. As mentioned previously, the best way to melt real, high-fat cheese like these is to shred it and allow it to come up to room temperature. Then we have to create a roux using butter and flour and slowly mix in the cheese without stirring too much or overheating. Otherwise, the cheese sauce will break and turn into lumpy curds and oil. Hold the phone. What's this? Velveeta? That's not real cheese. What happened to the fancy roux and all that? Well, if you want to see that, you'll have to wait to the end of the video to see the blooper reel. You know, sometimes in life when things don't work out the way you planned, you have to cheat. And that's what I'm doing. The truth is, Velveeta makes it insanely easy to create a wonderful cheese sauce with any regular cheese and prevents the cheese sauce from breaking unless you're, really heat it up or super over mix it. So we're just going to put some Velveeta small chunk in here, and we're going to mix in a little heavy cream and get that melted. And then we'll add in our shredded cheese, and it will create a fine sauce. And you don't have to worry about getting the roux just right and all that kind of stuff. This is actually quite a bit easier, but I do know that the purists out there will be pulling their hair out. I'm sorry. Now that our cheese sauce is done, let's get the noodles boiling. I'm going to put 2 cups of elbows in here with about 6 quarts of water. And setting the noodles off to the side to boil on the other burner. Might as well get the smoked hamburger ready. So I'm just going to basically cook this with a little salt and pepper and garlic powder and just kind of chop it out into small bits. I don't want any big chunks in there. And we'll get that all cooked, and then we'll be able to mix all 3 of these ingredients together to bring together our cheeseburger mac. Oh yeah. Using our large spoon, we're going to take our drained noodles, put them in. There's our noodles. Then we're going to mix in our hamburger, which has also been drained after being fully cooked. You might want to do that a little at a time, kind of mix that in real good. Put that beef and the noodles together. Remember, we're making hamburger, sort of, because this is a cheeseburger. A cheeseburger mac. Not just any old mac and cheese, no. This is smoky, savory cheeseburger mac and cheese. Now, using our delicious smoked cheese sauce, let's mix that in. We have to do this a little at a time. Let the heat of those noodles just kind of melt that cheese. Now that the cheese sauce, hamburger, and noodles are thoroughly mixed, I'm going to put a little bit of Italian breadcrumb on top. Now this is an optional step. You don't need to do this if you prefer it without. I just feel like it helps the noodles from drying out while it's cooking. And we'll be baking this in the oven at 400 degrees. And we'll just pop that in with the cover on, and then we'll take the cover off for the last few minutes to let it brown a little bit on top. And voila! But that's not where we're gonna stop. Oh no. Folks, nothing gets Smokey Dave going like hot dogs on the barbie. So let's hit it. So let's get these dogs on the barbie. I just like to get a little bit of color on them. I don't like to completely char them like some people do. So we get a little bit of, just a little color on there, and these are perfect. So let's take these back up to the kitchen. So as much as I enjoy a cheeseburger mac and cheese, I like it even better on a Smokey Dave hot dog. And let me tell you, these cold smoked hot dogs are incredible, even by themselves. But with a little bit of this cheeseburger mac on top and maybe a little green onions to top them off, and you've got a treat like no other. Let me invite you to try it yourself. Blooper time. Well, I mixed up 4 tablespoons of flour, 4 tablespoons of butter. We got a nice roux going here. The color's just about right, but I'm a little iffy on putting my expensive smoked cheese in there, so I'm going to just try a small chunk and see what happens before I commit to putting all my shredded stuff in. Oh dear. Son of a... It broke. Oh. Yeah, add a little milk, maybe that'll help. Yeah, it's all oil now. Alright. That's it. I'm gonna have to redo this part.